Good evening. I'm happy to be able to give you guys my signature speech, and I intentionally waited till late tonight. I was gonna go at 9:30, but you guys were still being bombarded by all the Black Friday specials, all the Black Friday deals. Corporate America has your attention. Let me come with my David Letterman, right? Let me come with my late night deal. Signature speech. What is your signature speech? My beautiful life. It's for all of you, my beautiful life. What does that look like? My beautiful life. My company deserves a signature speech that befits all of you. Have you been the person recently to sit in your car in traffic and wish you had the next guy's life? Have you been the person to wonder what a beautiful life really feels like? Have you been the person that has thought about doing something different but couldn't get yourself going, couldn't achieve that next step? Let me talk to you tonight about what it means to live a beautiful life. In short, living a beautiful life means to win. When's the last time you won something? When's the last time you won anything? What's it like? What's it mean to live a beautiful life? Let me share that with you. But I want you all to do something for me. Get out a piece of pen and a paper, right? What's going on out there, everybody? TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. I'm TAIBU MU'ADDIB'S. All I do is motivate you. But I want you tonight to get out a piece of paper and a pencil. I want to share something with you. Every time I speak moving forward to the young people, to the corporate business executives, those who are trying to work out and get in shape, when I speak to you, I want you to know, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. This signature speech is for you. I've done enough talking to myself. I want to talk to you. I can talk to you tonight. I want you to take a second and document, write down somewhere the last time you were killing it. When was the last time you were actually making it happen? When was the last time you were in shape? When was the last time you were having money? When was the last time you knew someone loved you and it was great? All right. I want to help someone here tonight. So please use a different device or get out a pen and a paper. And I want you to write these things down because we're 17 times more likely. Don't record me. Don't voice record me, video record me. Write it down, right? The way our brains are wired, we're 17 times more likely to act on information when we write it down. So bear with me for a minute. Hang with me for a minute. I want you to tie together my speech right now to the last time you were really in charge. You really felt great about yourself. I want you to tie into that right now. All right? Can you do that for me? I want you to tie into that. Okay? It's a purpose for it. I'm going somewhere. What was the reason that you were living that way? What was the reason that things were so great for you? No. Don't just think about it. Write it down. I'm going to help somebody tonight. I'm a process guy, so I want to make sure that everybody goes through the process. Write it down. Let me ask you, how did it feel being that person, being that winner? It could just be one moment, not a whole period in life. It could just be one moment. In that moment, how did it feel being that person? In that moment, how did it feel getting the win? Let me give you some background story about me. I can think easily of 3 times that my life was good up to this point. Prior to this point, I can think of 3 times in my life when I was killing it, when I was the man. My high school senior year, right? That was one time in my life when it was like a dream, where I couldn't have been any happier. Springfield, Ohio, 2003. For those of you who were there, it was spectacular. I was doing music, meeting celebrities, expressing myself through word and through song. Couldn't be any happier. One more period of my life that was over the top for me. When I started my first company, Heavenly Bodies. Many of you have been opening emails from Heavenly Bodies, and you will continue to do so. Heavenly Bodies, going to my own brick and mortar location, putting the key in the door that had my company logo over top every day. Just couldn't get any better because my business was in the neighborhood I grew up in. 3 times in my life. I don't have to write them down. They're in my heart. I'm sharing them with you. I'm going to tell you why in a minute. All right. So the background story to those is public. You can see it for yourself. All right. Online. But let me say this to you. I want you to connect the reason that things were good for you and the way it felt for you when you were in that situation. Connect those two things to that time in your life or that moment in your life when you were killing it, when you were doing so great. Generally speaking, there was a reason. I don't know any of you, but there was a reason that things were going so well for you. So usually there's a system that's working for you. You plugged yourself into someone's system or you developed your own, and that thing was running full tilt, working to perfection. Process. You had just come out of a process, or even in the process, you were changing at such a high rate that things were spectacular for you. Or you have firmly built a foundation, or you were taking advantage of someone else's system, processes, and foundation. If you think about it, one of those 3 things was the reason that things were so good for you that day, or the time of your life. My high school senior year was my grandma's foundation. The process, I was going to a school with a great head coach. It was his process. The system that I was plugged into was working for me. It was simple for me. Go to church, go to school. That's it. I didn't do anything else my high school senior year. System, processes, foundation. At least one of those things was in place when you were doing well. All right. So what I want you to do is look at that time and write right next to it which one most closely describes why you were doing so well. If not all 3, at least one of them. Was it a system? Was it a process or a foundation? I'm going somewhere with this. I'm helping y'all out right now. Follow me over here to YouTube at TAIBU MU'ADDIB'S. I keep telling y'all to do that. Let me break down for you some people who were successful before the challenge came. Every person I'm about to screen share over here on YouTube and both my Facebook pages, TAIBU MU'ADDIB'S and the First Step Coaching page. You're gonna see that easily. Each person was successful before the challenge came. And I'm going to talk to you today about what it takes to face a tough challenge and then meet that challenge and then supersede expectations after it. Like, not just come back to being great again, but go higher. I'm going to screen share that. So when you watch the full episode and get the full effects of it, subscribe to my YouTube page. All right. I'll get that in there for you guys. The YouTube is at TAIBU MU'ADDIB'S 4019. I don't get tired of doing this for you guys. It's my pleasure to serve you and to make sure that you guys have what you need. All right. Pin that comment there. Make sure that you go to YouTube at TAIBU MU'ADDIB'S and get it done. All right. Making sure that I'm giving everybody opportunity to get right. YouTube at TAIBU MU'ADDIB'S. Go there right now, subscribe, and you'll be able to see what I'm about to show everybody. This part of the speech is very important because we identify easily with our favorite stars, individuals that we know. Some might know their story, some might not. But that's where I want you to go. YouTube at TAIBU MU'ADDIB'S. Let me give you these screen shares. It's important for you to know. I want to introduce you to Miss Jennifer Hudson, a favorite of mine, because I do music. I love entertaining. I love acting. Miss Jennifer Hudson just hit success, just really became a household face and household name. And she went through something that a lot of us, it would have broke many of us. It would have broke many of us, right? I'm talking about after. So remember, I said, when was the time that you were doing really, really well, or a moment in your life when you were the winner and it felt great? Because we all know that challenges came, or a serious challenge. It could be more or just one. Something happened to challenge you and you didn't handle it well. I didn't handle it well. This is my spiritual speech. When there was times in my life when, because I'm a process guy, because I'm serious, because I love achievement at a high level, I feel like I'm number one in everything that I do. I was reaching high points, but when challenges came, I did not respond to them appropriately, and I fell down. Miss Jennifer Hudson, she didn't. I don't know what process, system, or foundation held her up. I don't know how she found her way back, but she did. The key point is she did. We could read her book, look through her backstory. Maybe she described it and it was inspirational to some people, and they were also, but I'm telling you right now, a system, a process, or a foundation helped, I'm telling you, helped her to come back up. And I want you to know that she achieved and did some of her best work post-tragedy. October 24th, 2008, with all due respect to her and her family, the bodies of Academy Award-winning actress, already won the Academy Award, Jennifer Hudson's mother and brother, were found in the family's home on Chicago's South Side, shot to death. Her mother and her brother. All right. You can look through her story and see the movies, the acting situations, the awards. You can see what she did after this. But I'm telling you right now, this did not break her. It didn't break her. I'll leave it up to you to see what happened next. I'm telling you right now, she did some of her best work after this situation. All right. I'm going to stop sharing that one. Now, I'm bringing up famous folks who went through something that would break most of us down. I'm giving you the real deal. After doing well, this is what it was. All right. Tony Dungy. I played football many years of my life, and I respect the game. I respect what it takes to make it to that professional level. I'm telling you right now, Tony Dungy, many people's hero, a great coach, affected many lives in the game, not just at the NFL level. I can honestly say that I played football for many years. I would have loved to have had Tony Dungy to be my coach. All right. Tony Dungy, his son was 18 years old. 18 years old. And he committed suicide. He committed suicide. And Tony Dungy, very, 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 very well-known guy. Just he's already an NFL coach. I mean, how many of us wished our dad was an NFL coach? Right? Achieving at that high level, publicly visible, and holding it down at home. And his son, dies of an apparent suicide. 2005. Found dead. I can't imagine. I just can't imagine that being the case. Tony Dungy. All right. His son dead. 2005. So what did Tony Dungy go on to do after that? All right. So a couple years after that, he won the Super Bowl. And I want you guys to know that's no small task. But he won the Super Bowl only a few years after that. And I say only a few years because I don't know how long it would take any bereaved parent, any parent losing a child, to come back fully after that. Jennifer Hudson and Tony Dungy, everybody, stars at the top of their game, experienced tragedy. They overcame it, and it drove them forward. It pushed them higher. They elevated above it. If I was someone that felt like, okay, I needed a lift or a boost, I wanted to live a beautiful life, how would I go about achieving that? So Jennifer Hudson, Tony, they already had a beautiful life. They experienced tragedy, and their response to it garnered them an even more beautiful life. They found something within to make it even more beautiful. I'm going to roll right through this now. Let's look at where you are now. Where are you at now? 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 If your life hasn't been that way since, if you've fallen, if you slid, right? If you've been outperformed by someone, let's talk about where you are now. So get in the comment section. All right, get in the comment section. Where are you at now? Better, the same, in a worse situation? Physically, on a scale from 1 to 10, let's put measurables in it. Physically, in a scale from 1 to 10. Let's go. I'm gonna put numbers in here. Physical. All right. Your physical condition. From now to them. From now to physical. Let's go. Where are you at now? I'm gonna say I'm at 7. Compared to the best shape of my life, I'm at a 7. At that time when I was winning, right now I'm at a 7. Mentally, I would say I think I'm a 9 right now. Mentally, I'm a 9 right now. I think that I'm close. I'm about a 9 right now. Emotionally, Emotionally, where are you at? Are you stable? Are you all over the place? Where are you at emotionally? Compared to the best time of my life, compared to when I was actually doing it and killing it, I would say emotionally, I'm at a 7. I'll give myself a 7 emotionally. All right. All right. So mental was a 9. All right. And we'll say emotionally, I'm at a 7. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself, all right? Because this is important. Let's put some measurables behind it. Spiritually, are you connected with the universe? All right. What's your connection? Are you reading the signs, watching the signs? Spiritually, I'll say an 8. Those are my numbers for me. You put your own numbers in there, but the numbers are important. Let's get some measurables involved. Let's go. It's my signature speech, people. So, in my own opinion of myself, I'm not very far physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually from being at a 10, from operating on full tilt. You know, it's right there within my grasp. Okay. Those are my measurables. What's the reason that you're not at a 10 right now in those categories? What's the reason this is not the best time of your life right now? What's the reason you're seeking and searching? What's the reason that you know that you should be doing better? You could be doing better. You want to be doing better, but you just can't connect to a vehicle to drive you forward. What's the reason? How does it feel not being the best version of yourself? What's it like living now in that body, this time of your life? You guys didn't know I was a smart dude. I'm sharing my smartness with you tonight. Sharing it. All right. Did you know that you're supposed to EFC your way out? What are you saying, TAIBU MU'ADDIB? EFC. What is that? Effort, focus, and commitment. Let's take a look at that. The EFC workbook is the document. It's the change agent for all of you to go to the next level. It's good luck. As soon as I brought up my signature move, I got to sneeze. That's good luck. The change agent is the EFC workbook. Tony Dungy, when his son passed, he EFC'd. Jennifer Hudson, when her folks passed, got her EFC on. What's that mean, TAIBU? Effort, focus, and commitment. Oh, yeah. That's the formula. I'm not going to get in your faces and talk to you about something that that may or may not help you. Something that I can sell you because I got a good video online. I got a good ad online. People can pay money to get you to buy in to their product or service. Oh, they can. Because human psychology says if I run my ad enough, eventually you're going to be at a low enough point to buy. Overweight, want to get in shape? Try this juice. First time you hear it, nah. That 16, 17 time you hear that juice, a month or two later, you still overweight, you're going to buy that juice because you tried everything else, right? So I can buy an ad. I don't got to give a speech. I can buy it. I can put an ad out there, and I guarantee I can sell you something if you're overweight. Not just because I'm in shape or I know how to get you in shape, but because human psychology will demand you to try something else. Make sense? So you're trying to live a beautiful life like me. And you're going to continue to buy products and services that you believe will get you there. Where you going? I'm going somewhere with this. But what you didn't know is that the top 3 reasons that you've been trying and failing are internal. Aha! You were doing well before because of external situations. Like I said, someone's process that you went through, or you learned the process from somebody or from an institution and it worked for you. A system that you were placed in. McDonald's, for a lot of teenagers, is a great system to work under. McDonald's pays very, very well for a teenager living at home. McDonald's pays you well. They have benefits. Let me tell you something. McDonald's is a great jump off job now for a lot of young people. Don't get it, because their system is proven. It's proven. Foundation. Whether you have two-parent households or a single mom that's holding it down or a single dad doing the same thing, the foundation, great teachers, great school system, there's a foundation in place that's holding you up. So it's relatively easy for you to live high, for you to be doing well. But those are external sources, external motivations, external vehicles that drove you forward, that push you to be your best. Yeah. External. The reason that when that first challenge came, or those multiple challenges came, and you couldn't get back up there or go higher, was because you didn't have an internal vehicle. There was nothing to connect you internally to clean house and get you back going. Until the EFC. Top 3 reasons that people don't go and EFC like J. Hud and Tony Dungy. When challenges come, the top 3 reasons, I'm going to give them to you. Write them down. Write them down. Please write this stuff down. I'm going to help you tonight. I'm going to do a call to action at the end of my speech and bring a lot of you are going to come on in. The top 3 reasons that people don't EFC their way out of a situation and go higher after a challenge comes. Personal vices. A personal vice. Low emotional intelligence. I'm going to break these up. I'm going to break them down for you. And lethargy. 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 Those are the top 3 reasons that when something happens that challenges you, you quit. Or you just can't manage it. And it takes away from what you want to do. The top 3 reasons that you cannot connect, that you don't EFC your way out of it, is personal vices, low emotional intelligence, or lethargy. Okay. Don't. I got you. Personal vices. Do you gamble? Do you smoke? Do you drink excessively? All right. Are you overly watching your phone? Like, is entertainment your vice? Like, you just always want to be entertained? Are you the kind of person that needs physical affection all the time? So you chase that. You spend money on that. Personal vices, top reason, right? Now, let's break that down. Vice, as in vice grip, as in something that has a hold on you. That's why it's called a vice, people. It has you in its grasp. You're not free to do your own thing. You're not free to change. That vice has you. You cannot say no. All right. It's a vice is a tangible physical tool. That means you're bound physically to your own personal vice. Top reason. Second, low emotional intelligence. You're all over the place. A challenge comes and you don't know what to do. You don't know what advice to take. You don't know what to listen to. Low emotional intelligence means this, people. It's those common denominator form. You feel and then you think. Your feelings drive your thought process. It shouldn't be that way. You're supposed to think about something and then address and assess how you should feel about it. Make me say it again. If you get emotional and then start thinking, and your thoughts are driven by your emotions, you have low emotional intelligence. When things happen, you're supposed to mentally process this and then deal with it, right? Disrespect. How do you feel about it versus what you should do about it are two different things. And many of you, because you have low emotional intelligence, you always go off on emotional and you don't think, okay, let me just handle this way. All right. And because you have low emotional intelligence, when a challenge comes, you just react. Knee-jerk reaction, bam. And usually it's the wrong one. And if you look back and honest with yourself, you just reacted. You should have thought it through, and that cost you. Lethargy. Nah, that's the rest of you. That's the rest of you. You just can't get going. Something happened and it floored you. You're stuck. You can't get back up. You can't get motivated again. Someone betrayed you. You lost faith in something. Something happened, like their tragic situations. You lost someone that you love close to you. You just couldn't get going again. This is why motivational speaking is such a big industry these days. But it's only a spark, people, because I'm talking about internal things that external vehicles cannot solve. Where you going, TAIBU? Externally, you were taken care of, so you were taking care of your business. When something challenged you, it became an internal struggle, and you didn't have an internal answer. But now you do. You have the EFC workbook. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to show it to you guys. It's the change agent. I'm going to go ahead and screen share it for all of you who are faithful and following me on YouTube. That's where it's going. I'm giving you guys my best work over here on YouTube. So follow me, subscribe. Effort, focus, and commitment. This is the change agent, people. I'm giving this to the world in 1,000 different languages. I'm giving them all the EFC workbook. Imagine, it says, imagine years from now, still stuck in the same place, still feeling unfulfilled and wondering what could have been if you'd only taken action and prioritized your goals. As someone who has been there before with dozens of big goals that I failed to achieve, I understand how frustrating that kind of life can be. It's not a beautiful life, people. It's not a beautiful life. I've completely turned my life around, and it's the very reason I developed this change agent for you. Effort, focus, and commitment to help you put together a proven roadmap for success. And then it says, just tell me where to send it. This is the change agent for all of you. TAIBU MU'ADDIB. How can it be for all of us? You don't even know us. We're all different. Yes. But there's only one appropriate response to every challenge you face. When things get tough, you're going to have to put a greater amount of effort into it. And you're going to have to strategize how to compartmentalize your feelings and your emotions so you can stay thinking properly, appropriately, adjust, and thrive and build. Become stronger, like J Hud, Tony Dungy. I got more examples, don't get me wrong, but let's just go with this for right now. What is your level of commitment? You didn't know you was doing so well. You was young. I dealt with many potential clients, and I'm talking to them about getting personal training, and I'm talking to them, and the majority of women after they had children, the majority of men after post-college, they all said that high school, middle school even, was when they were in the best shape because they were young. You know, no kids yet, no real responsibilities, no stress job responsibilities, none of that. And your body was physically wired to perform at a high level for the vast majority of you. So it was youth itself. It was something external, right? That was it. As soon as life happened and responsibilities came, there was no internal a vehicle to push you forward. You guys have been looking externally for years. You guys have been buying books and buying equipment and trying to use other people's external processes. You didn't know that the only way forward is to EFC it. It's the only way. To add more effort, to apply more focus, to solidify your commitment. I've learned over the years, I'm proud to be able to offer you guys something that really addresses your main concern, your number one challenge. And that's to learn how to commit to something and stay committed. Effort, focus, and commitment, people. Yeah, you guys were, I'm gonna stop streaming. You guys were trying all these different things and didn't know why it wasn't working. Raise your hand. Put me in the comment section right now if you tried something in between the time when you were doing well until now. If you tried at least one thing, you bought some kind of service, you invested in some kind of company, you invested in a professional, you got psychiatric help, you had a personal trainer, you tried to do something external to help you deal with an internal issue, and you couldn't figure out why it didn't work. Or it worked for a little bit, but then you lost results. You didn't stick to it. So you're back to square one. Because you guys didn't realize what's going on, fam. You guys didn't realize you were trying to use something external for an internal issue. The effort, focus, and commitment change agent is the only internal, proven internal pathway to handle your internal issues. How does it do that, TAIBU? How does it do that? I'm going to tell you, you know I am. I'm not going to close this speech out without giving it to you. I'm not going to say log on or nah. I'm going to tell you right now to help you understand that I've reached a level that I know all of you want to achieve. I'm living a beautiful life. I'm appreciative of it. I want to give back. It's just that simple, right? The reason that the EFC appropriately addresses those top 3 reasons that it's so effective, that it's proven to help you win and start winning again, to move the needle, to get you back started, is because now is the moment when you put the paper down and you commit to talking to yourself. Take your phone, take your device, go find the mirror right now, or just look in the screen, look at yourself. The person in the mirror after that challenge happened punked you. The person that you're looking at right now in the camera, that person owns you. That person took over. If fitness is your goal, and I specialize in fitness, if getting in shape is your goal, the person in the mirror runs you. The person in the mirror told you to keep on keeping on. Yeah. No, don't worry about it. Go ahead. Keep eating a lot. Just, yeah. It makes you feel better, right? Keep doing it. When you lost that job that you really thought was for you, the person in the mirror said, you didn't need it. You don't even need to be in that industry. Go over here. It's easier over here. Yeah, you don't like it, but it's easier over here. You're not passionate about it, but it's easier. The person in the mirror said, don't go outside. You lost your mom. You lost your brother. You lost a child. Just huddle up. You don't need anybody else. All you need is just me and you. Stay in bed. Yeah, your uncle came and took care of you. He's never going to go on. You got people there for you. The person in the mirror runs you. But tonight, thank God, tonight, you get to own it. You get to take back control. Because effort, focus, and commitment, you get to take back control from that person in the mirror. Are you ready to talk to yourself? Are you ready to tell yourself the real deal, effort, focus, and commitment. This workbook is designed to make you speak to yourself with conviction. Let's talk about myself, my journey with my children. I was locked up for the birth of all 4 of my kids. I can't make this up. I have 4 children. They weren't all born in the same year. I was locked up for every child's birth. I've never experienced the joy of a child coming into the world that I created, helped create, due to incarceration. So what's that, right? That's me not looking in the mirror and being able to hold myself accountable, to speak to myself with conviction and tell myself I'm taking control back. I wasn't capable until the EFC, until I developed this change agent for you guys. I wasn't capable of holding myself accountable. If you look at the gap in between when you were doing really well and living a beautiful life and now, if that's your situation, because some of you just want more. You're ambitious like I am. Things are going okay right now, but in your heart, you feel like you should be doing much better. You're ready to go to the next level. So for those of you, I got something for you too. But for the majority of you, that gap in between when you were really doing really well and now when you're not doing so well, that gap, no one was holding you accountable, and you weren't holding yourself accountable. There was zero accountability. So the person in the mirror ran you. The person in the mirror took control. You have to take it back today, and you can. You can. I hope you do. I gave you the nugget. So if you have a personal vice that's gripping you, gambling, sex, whatever it is, excessive drug, alcohol use that's gripped you, that's what you've been self-medicating with. Look yourself in the camera, look yourself in the mirror right now, and tell yourself, no mas. No mas. I'm gonna put more effort into living a beautiful life like TAIBU MU'ADDIB'S. I'm gonna put more effort into getting where I want to go. I'm gonna put more effort into telling you every day when I wake up, I'm gonna come see you and tell you, nah, not today, partner. No more smoking, no more drinking, no more sitting down watching Netflix for 8 hours a day. I'm no longer comfortable allowing you to run my life, sir. If you have a low emotional intelligence, it's up to you to look yourself in the mirror and say, hey, look, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna stop wearing my heart on my sleeve. I'm gonna start using this. I learned that 1 + 1 = 2. That means that if I do this and that, and it gives me this result, I'm not doing that again. No matter how you feel about it, sir, I'm not doing that again. And that might sound simple. It's not a simple habit to develop, to talk to yourself with conviction, but it's the right thing to do. Come over here to me, to YouTube at TAIBU MU'ADDIB'S. Let me show you some folks that went through some stuff, and it was unfair. And it was unfair, and they came back and they killed it. Adrian Peterson, my hero. I ran the ball. I ran the ball as a high school senior, and I played tight end. My only real time in my life really playing offense. Scoring a touchdown, catching the pass, avoiding the defender, running all the way through the goal line. It's an awesome feeling. Adrian Peterson, one of the best. Adrian Peterson, normal game, average day, tore his ACL. He tore his ACL. That means his knee was no more good. If you look at the statistics of not just running backs, but anybody that has an ACL tear and what they do after that, not Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson looked himself in the mirror and spoke to himself with conviction and said, this is not going to stop me. Adrian Peterson, less than 10 months, measurables, less than 10 months after tears ACL, was leading the NFL in both yardage and yards per game. This is the highest level of the game. He had a league high 8 runs of at least 20 yards. For years, up until Adrian Peterson, the adage for the NFL running backs was that any production in the first year after an ACL injury was gravy. Right? Different running backs. It says Terry Allen, Jamal Anderson, even Terrell Davis. They had unproductive seasons after an ACL tear and faded away. Adrian Peterson came back and captured the NFL MVP and the rushing record only 10 months after an ACL tear. Documenting Adrian Peterson's production was easy. Explaining how it happened is much more difficult. That's what look it up. Adrian Peterson came back and was better. He was better, people. Y'all do y'all research. And this is why I started coaching. Because you guys, I don't have the time to do research. I don't have the time to do this and that. Everybody, time this, time that. What? Okay, cool. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. If you tell yourself Adrian Peterson had God-given talent, it's genetics. Nah. Look him up. Look up how spectacular his rise after a career-ending injury was. On a knee that was surgically repaired, but not the same. He put up more. He went farther. He went harder because he EFC'd his way to that level of success. Because after the effort and the focus, after you talk to yourself with conviction, that's when you commit. I'm committed to my children. I'm not a perfect father, been an absentee dad most of their lives. But you can't convince my children I'm not committed to them. Because of the amount of effort I put into loving them and being there and being in their lives, how I strategize, making sure that as much as I can, I get there. People see your commitment, folks. Adrian Peterson became the rushing leader and MVP that next season, only 10 months after a season-ending injury. That's how we know how committed he was to what he wanted to do. That's how we know how committed he was to his craft. We all saw it. Michael Vick, Oh, y'all want me to talk about Vic? I'm talking about Michael Vick. Michael Vick, hero, because I've been locked up. I know what it's like to go to jail. Michael Vick. Let's talk about it. Michael Vick. They gave him $100 million in Atlanta and took it back because he was fighting dogs. Now, to be clear, dog fighting wasn't new. This is not a knock on any different culture. But European slave owners used to fight African men like dogs. And they had the nerve when they found out he was fighting dogs, actual animals. They locked him up. They locked him up, people. Not gave him a fine, not banned him for a year from playing the game he loved. They put him in jail. Michael Vick looked himself in the mirror and went EFC on it. That's why he resurrected his career. And it says that the Philadelphia Eagles offered him a second $100 million. Have you ever went through something and everybody counted you out? On my podcast, every once in a while, I tell people that I got locked up for a crime I didn't commit. And if that wasn't bad enough, when I got out, a young lady tried to go on my Facebook page and me too me. 3 years of subjugation, of having to walk through a role as humiliating and degrading as being a prisoner. Shouldn't have been in there one day. Did 3 years. Lost a family member that I was close to while I was inside. And get out. And within a week of me getting out, I had somebody go on my Facebook page and put me out there like I was some kind of R. Kelly type individual, just, went all the way in on me. I'm talking about to where my phone was blowing up in the middle of the night. People blowing me up like, man, check your Facebook page. I had just gotten out, people. Y'all don't understand what I'm saying. Michael Vick, when he got locked up, the whole world, when he got locked up, the whole world came down on that brother. But we saw what his commitment was to who he was, what he was about, and his craft by getting a second $100 million. I want to read a portion of this. In professional sports, more than in almost any other business, the opportunities for and rewards that come from total redemption are often inexplicable. How to understand that a man who threw away one $136 million contract can get another $100 million deal before his 32nd birthday. In Vic's case, the best answer, and maybe even the best answer isn't fathomable in the end, is that it comes with atonement. Atonement. Look that word up, atonement. It happens when an athlete becomes at one with himself, aesthetically, then professionally, and finally able to sell being in a new place to the media, right? Michael Vick said, I stand before you a changed man. Use me as an example of an instrument of change. What's the EFC workbook, people? A change agent. If you want to change your life, accept no substitute. Accept no substitute. You tried things that didn't work. And here's the difference. I'm going to close out. Here's the difference between my services, the EFC workbook, and everyone else. Here's the difference. All right. There are two things and two reasons why you can't get my services and my style of coaching and the EFC workbook. I've told you about it. Y'all recording it probably, you're writing it down or whatever. You're going to go look for it from somebody else. You don't want to spend your money with me or invest in my services, my coaching. I'm going to tell you why that's a bad idea. Aside from the fact that y'all was already doing it before I put this speech out here tonight. Nothing was already working. You still stuck in what you're stuck in. You know it. You just put it over there. You're not a 10. Right. There's two things. There's two reasons the EFC is something you only get right here and through Coach TAIBU. I went through it, so I know how to get you through it. And I know if you complete this process, you will get through it. There's no persistence without passion, people. There's no increase without understanding. And the effort, focus, and commitment process will help you understand yourself better and revive the passion that you once had to be great. So let me give it to you in the raw. Yeah. Let me get right. Close this thing out for you guys. No persistence without passion. No increase without understanding. I can do some of my eyes closed now. Let's get the music in here. Let's go. Yeah. So what are you going to do now? I've laid it all on the line. That's it. There's nothing else to say. You haven't been you, not the real you, for years. But you want to change. The only way to do that is come see me. This is where it starts. This is how it begins, people. A conversation that you have with yourself about yourself with conviction. You have to take back control. That person in the mirror was punking you and has shut you down this whole time. Don't blame it on anybody else. The kids, you got to take care of the kids. I got to take care of my kids. My job, I'm always at work. Stop blaming external factors for your internal issues and situations. You need a change agent. You need something, not someone, but you need to get right within yourself. I can't make this up, and I'm not going to make anything up. I'm not selling you fluff. And I don't need you. I don't need your money. Live a beautiful life. I need you to accept that you need you right now. You need you more now than ever before. That's why you get the EFC workbook. That's why you use this change agent. Because I don't want you back to where you were. I want you to live. I want you to thrive. I want you to grow. Go to the next level. Take from a guy like me. I was down. And no one was there to help me. If you're in that situation right now, I want you to realize it's done. And you can make anything you want out of your life from now, from this point forward, with the EFC workbook. I'm TAIBU MU'ADDIB, and all I do is motivate you. That's the show. That's the show. I'm getting good at this. All right. So, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all something else. For real. I worked really hard on that speech. I hope y'all love it. If you want coaching, if you want to have a conversation, go to calendly.com/Coach TAIBU. Go over there and subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. I appreciate all of you. I will be back Monday night for Live Your Truth on my pages on YouTube, Facebook, here on Instagram, and I'll go again on TikTok. But really, what I need for you guys to do is to tap in, man, to trust yourself enough to do the next big thing for yourself, which is get the EFC workbook. That is the start. If you don't believe me, the workbook is a free download. All right, it's a free download. Okay, so make sure you guys get in there and get it. I'll make sure it's in the description. When you go to YouTube, the link to the EFC workbook is going to always be in the description or in the comments. So I'm going to copy and paste that here right now, just so you guys have it. The EFC workbook, the download, is in the comment section. No problem. You guys go over there and get it. Over here, all my pages over here, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. If you guys want to get a hold of me, I'm here all weekends. Black Friday, like I said, I let y'all get all y'all spending done. None of that stuff is going to help you live a beautiful life. It's not. It's fleeting. It's gonna get old. It's gonna get used or broken. You are what's important to me. Michael Vick, I brought him up last because he atoned for his mistake. He went to schools and talked to kids about treating animals well. He represented himself properly. He got himself back in physical shape. He continued to study the game because the game had changed. After he got locked up, the game changed. It's rapidly progressing. So there was so much stuff he had to do to atone for his mistake. People, you understand? Michael Vick, 136 million, he lost that. He achieved a couple years later another $100 million contract. Not because he's gifted and talented and all that stuff, but because he looked himself in the mirror and spoke to himself with conviction. And he told himself, hey, we can do this. It's for us. I'm happy to be, man, a positive role model now when I didn't used to be. I'm happy to live a beautiful life when I didn't used to. I'm happy to share what that feels like. Matter of fact, let me share what that's like with you guys that don't know. If you don't know what living a beautiful life is like, let me go live for a couple more seconds and share that. So my beautiful life. So as tough as it's been for me to maintain it, I've been in a committed relationship, man, for 2 years. And I've had to adopt a couple different strategies to make sure that was the case. But at the end of the day, giving up is giving up. When you pick and choose something or a journey to go on, what goes into that selection process, right? So anybody I wouldn't say it's quitting. If you pick the wrong person to be with, in that relationship, you're not giving up. You just looking yourself in the mirror and keeping real with yourself. Hey, I picked bad. So watch your selection process, right? But if you take the time and you have a good idea of what you're looking for, when you pick and choose somebody, work with it, right? Build. And so I'm happy to say that building process, man, has gotten to a point where there's happiness, there's comfortability, where there's acceptance, and people feel really good about themselves in the situation. So I'm telling you right now, that my relationship and knowing that that I love somebody, that they love me, that we're committed to each other and build each other, that's important. So that's the part of my beautiful life that really makes a difference every day, right? Also, as far as my career pursuits, so I have developed skills over the last 5 to 6 years in different industries. So if I part ways with a company or a company parts ways with me, I can, even at 48 in great shape, go produce and be effective for new opportunities. So in the sales industry, there are many different categories and ways to sell things. And so in the sales industry, when you become good at a good salesman, then there's not much that you can't sell. Sure, there's specialties. I'm not saying I can sell stocks and bonds like a Wall Street broker, or I can sell, solar like someone that's been roofing for years. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that for the most part, when you learn how to go through a process and then you're good at connecting with people, you have a great shot at being able to continue your career as a salesman or saleswoman. And that's what I've done for myself. I've studied the craft of selling, of marketing over the last couple of years. in corporate fitness. So, moving to the next step for me, it's beautiful. I'm already picked up, starting a new job on Monday. So I'm furthering a sales career. It's a different company, but I'm furthering my sales career. So it stopped being a job for me, about a year ago. And now it's a passion of mine. I love the challenge. I love meeting new people. It's a great thing. As far as my own business, which is what I've been talking to you guys about tonight, as far as motivational speaking and getting that speech together, as far as knowing how to connect with folks and get you guys excited, that's really where that's my end game. My end game is to do this full time, to travel and speak, to travel, inspire, to travel and motivate, right? So if you would like for me to come speak at your event, at your school, at your place of business, that's also a reason to inbox me, reach out to me, download the workbook and pass it on. All right. But yeah, so a beautiful life. So, my kids love me. I have, a relationship that's filled with love. I love what I do. That's my beautiful life. I'm sharing it with you. So if you're not clicking on those things, then let's get you the EFC workbook. Let's get you to start having that conversation with yourself in the mirror with conviction, not just messing around, with conviction. If you don't know what that word means, look it up. Talking to ourselves with conviction means that something's going to change, that something's going to happen, that there's going to be actions taken. All right. Parents, if you've lost connection with your teenagers or your young people, I can help with that too. I'm definitely going to roll out in 2024 a youth portion for you guys. I want to help you guys parent. I'm, like I said, absentee dad most of my kids' lives. I'm going to help you, right? Give your young people what they need, because we want to support them, because they're the future of our community and our country. Let's go. Can't get any better than that, man. Tap in. You know where I'm at. You know where to find me. Inbox me. Let me know if you want the EFC workbook and you can't find it. Inbox me if you want me to be your coach. All right. You want to connect with me? I got you. All right. Break it down. Let's go. Happy holidays, everybody. I'm out of here. Let's do it. Bam. Indeed now. Indeed now. To watch the full episode, do your thing. Watch the full episode at TAIBU MU'ADDIB'S. That's the show. I always give y'all some extra. I always got to give y'all something extra. You already know. All right. You already know. YouTube at TAIBU MU'ADDIB'S. Give y'all something extra, man. Whatever. Let's go. Oops. No. That's not what it is. That just did something. I'm like, hold on. Let's go. There it is. Bam. Let's give y'all some little extra. For my StreamYard folks, my YouTube folks, I give them something a little bit extra. Yeah, so my passion is motivating as a certified goal achievement coach. I've been doing this for over 2 years. I'm going on 3 years of coaching online. So I'm ready for 2024. Just see what it brings. If you want to go in 2024 with a better strategy, if you want to make sure that you have a strategy that's a winning strategy, and I'll break that down for you later. If you link up with me, I'll break down the difference between a plan, a strategy, and a winning strategy. But I know that my strategy for 2024 is a winning strategy. If you want one as well, that's when we link up and tap in. But yeah, man, enjoy your holiday weekend. Get ready for Monday. I'll be making calls. I'll be, getting at you guys. I'll be posting my things right. I'll be doing the whole thing, man. So I appreciate you guys. And I look forward to meeting all of you. All right, let's go. That's the show.